Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Tessie. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, depending on where you are watching from. Hope you all are doing well, and thank you so much for stopping by. So my people, it don't settle. Military coup looms in Nigeria as ex-military generals sent strong warning to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other governors, other elected governors. And also, some Nigerians are also calling for this military coup in Nigeria, which I'm going to let you guys watch the video after I finish reading the statement for you guys. But I want to beg you all to please help me by liking this video, also share with others so that YouTube and Facebook can recommend it to more people. This news here reads: retired military generals have cautioned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and elected governors in Nigeria against breaching the provisions of the constitution. This warning is coming on the heels of recent coups recorded in Niger Republic and Gabon. According to the former top military officers, flagrant disregard for the constitution and absence of good governance may give rise to the military takeover in Nigeria. Bam! General Alexander Ogumudia, a former chief of defense staff, stated that coups reflected how the elected leaders ruled their countries. Ogumudia said there are more moral justification for coup against government that keep campaign promises and respect for the country's constitution. His words: you can't use what happened in Gabon as a template for what happens everywhere else. For Niger, you have seen the pictures of the country at all. For how many years has France been collecting nuclear materials from that country, and the country is one of the poorest in the world? In my place, we have a saying that if you do anyhow, you see anyhow. So whoever was ruling Niger, if he was teaming with foreigners to ruin their country, that is doing anyhow. So if you have a coup now, it is seeing anyhow. I have no advice. Every politician knows what is right. Before resuming office, don't dare campaign. If they stick to those promises, why would they have a problem? If I say this road to your place is not good, I will fix it for you. And when I get there and I fix the road, will anyone have the moral justification to support a coup against such a person? Those who are planning coups have their reasons for planning it. I can't speak for them, Ogumudia told Punch. Similarly, Brigadier General Philip Ashim said the way to stop coups in Africa was to ensure that the people enjoy good governance. That is common knowledge. It is good governance. That is all, he added. All right, my people, quickly, let's take a look at this video of Nigerians reacting to military coup in Africa as they predict possible military takeover in Nigeria.
There was just a news that Gabon has been overthrown by military. So there's a revolution in Africa that military have to come back to the system because the system is rotty.
Military have to come back to the system.
The military have to come back. So that's a confirmed revolution. The next home now is Cameroon. That was because that man has been there for millions of years. Millions of years. Putting a whole country in his pocket. The name of Paul Biya. He doesn't have human sympathy. He doesn't have blood. He had demonic virus in his body.
That's our neighbor here, Cameroon.
Cameroonian here, just for a stone throw from Calabar. So the next available flight is likewise. Nigeria is a country that is divided in millions of group of people. So it's difficult because Jagaban now is just 3 months. You understand what I'm saying? So according to the handwriting on the wall, Africa is going to be swept before December. You hear more overthrow.
Why is it like that?
Because the system, people are fed up. Africa has been there for many years. No hope. Everywhere, every day, go to the Mediterranean Sea. Every day, Africa is looking for a way to escape to the green pasture. Because of what? Because their leaders, they are dictators. Whether the civilian or the military one, they are evil. So now, if care is not taken, because you can see Nigeria everywhere, everybody is hungry, everybody is angry, everybody is annoying. So when there's annoyance in the land, everything can happen.
Okay, and Nigerians are some people are saying that they are expecting the military coup that is taking on in other countries to happen in Nigeria.
That is what people is looking for, because Nigeria is millions of people. They are hungry. Any hungry man will look for a change. You understand? So, but what I'm seeing, I don't think it's going to be possible in Nigeria, because the Jagaba have bought the military in their pocket. You understand my statement? The lion throne now, they have bought our military in his pocket. So they don't have teeth. They only have mouth.
He just spent 2 months. How did he buy the military?
They can't do it. See, the systematic on ground before the election, you can see the movement of the situation of the military. They were underground with him. So Nigeria taken over by military, 10 years coming is not possible. Because Nigeria military have turned to Yahoo military men. They suck money now. They don't defend their country anymore. Yesterday, when Nigeria was in Nigeria, when Nigeria military was Nigeria military, bandits can never terrorize us. That was a Boko Haram. How many years ago, Boko Haram, bandits killing people? To the extent, a week ago, 22 soldiers were buried just like that. Where is the fucking military that you are talking about? No military anymore in Nigeria. They are who? They chop money, they build house, they live luxurious life. So what are we talking about?
So that means we are the only country that will not have a military rule.
We will have it, because the lion are not there anymore. The lion are not there anymore. The one that are there now, they are big swallow, they chop, they enjoy, they swallow.
So we will be in bondage forever.
No, God will intervene. You and I are the one that will intervene. Because the military, they are in their home, sucking the blood of Nigeria. Can you imagine? Navy, to the extent the government now give a private individual called Tompole, what third criminal yesterday, is now a surveillance in Nigeria waterways. Because of what? Nigeria is not capable. It's not capable to end of Africa. It's not capable to oversee their watery area. So the oil, the pipeline, they have vandalized. So you know to seek the help of an individual civilian, a bloody civilian. Don't you understand what I'm saying? Where are we? Zero. 48 billion contract to somebody because he's a lion.
Why do you have the navy and
that's what I'm telling you. They'll be pocketed because they not eat and forget their duty. Go to that base, go and see them, see all of them. All of them, the fat, the chop money.
Even in Lagos, last man soldier.
Can you imagine? The system is gone. We need a realistic system that will make Nigeria wake up from the slumber.
Okay, what about the tribunal? You think that can make a change?
What is the meaning of tribunal? Tribunal is just a name. You can't do the reality of tribunal. At the end of the day, they will go to the same way. No truth anymore.
Tribunal cannot remove the president.
Who brought tribunal where? Don't you see what happened in a prison, in a Koye prison, using Koye prison, when Mefele was, God said Mefele should go. Okay, the prisoner authority want to keep him there. Now DSS invaded. There was a fight between two of them. In a country, no government, authority stealing, authority ruling. See, authority from above now stop the law. They not tear their self-uniform. Not take them away.
Okay, lastly, young soldiers are the ones carrying out this coup in these countries.
See, let me tell you one thing.
Nigerians have young and vibrant.
Nigeria have young and vibrant soldiers. They have been injected with that virus, not to cough, because mafia are not true. But sir, see our military. Especially, see, you live in Lagos now. Especially you and I. We live in Obaye. You see, every day, OP Mesa, they went to garage and collect money. What is that supposed to be? It's ridiculous. Downgrading our security that will defend you and I. And then go to park to collect 1,105. Where is the money?
You have evidence?
Are you not seeing them? You are seeing them now. You see, 10, 15 years ago, Nigeria was not like this. Nigeria soldier was not like this. But now, when the civilian now came, they now inject them with virus. So that virus now, they are now civilian soldier.
Well, it's not a shock. It's not a shock within 3 coups within this year.
It's not a shock. It's not a shock because the democratic setting, the politicians, they have been rotating around one family. So it's not a shock. And the ECOWAS should sit up, tell themselves the truth, let them do the right thing before democracy can start.
Please, what is the truth and what is the right thing?
The right thing is that let the people choose who they want. They have been doing selection. That is what is happening in Nigeria. I pray military will not take over. But the way I'm looking at it, if military take over, they will destroy all these core politicians.
Do you think that military can take over Nigeria?
Yes, military can take over Nigeria.
Looking at the ethnicity and also the corruption in the military.
The military can take over.
Just give me some examples like recently.
Because the reason why the military can take over in Nigeria is that when they look at the way the trends are going, they will plan a coup and take over, and they will install the most senior person, and he will become the president.
Do you think the Nigerian military are united?
They will be united when the time comes.
They will be united.
Yes.
The last coup that happened between do you think that is not like an example that any coup now will fail?
No, see, once they are ready, they will not fail. They know how to strike. They know the in and out. It's the same politicians that are going to instigate them to take over.
So what's your message? Because looking at it, democracy seems to have failed in Africa. Does it mean that democracy is what Africa needs, or its own kind of governance?
The democracy in Africa we are practicing is not democracy. It's selection. Because they are not allowing the will of the people to manifest. So that is why it is failing in Africa. They are not choosing the right people, and they are not putting who the people voted for. That's my humble take, sir.
Thank you very much. You see, what is actually going on is for you to understand that Africans are tired of this democracy that the Westerners are using to reap us to nothing. You see, over the time, they keep talking about democracy not being for the people, and which is supposed to be for the people and of the people. So, you see, what you are actually seeing is a trend that will keep moving. It's like an uprising. You remember when the tsunami hit the North Africa, and that brought about good governance to them. Though some part of it are not actually enjoying it because it's still kind of like war between the Westerners and East Bloc and West Bloc. Who's going to be charged of that place? Like Libya. So, but what you are seeing in Gabon that happened, honestly, because what I saw this morning was the headline of it, that the economy was actually going down. You see, the people are suffering, and it will get to a time when the suffering will become unbearable for the people. So that is what we are seeing. And coming back to Nigeria, obviously you expect things like this, because the same suffering that they were suffering, that we were smiling then, has started hitting us now. And you can see Nigerians are honestly patient people, but our patience will not last for a while. Are you getting it? Think that there can be military takeover in Nigeria? Looking at ethnicity, but that anything is possible at this time. It's either you call it a revolution, it's coming our way, or like the prophets and so-called men of God were saying, they said they foresaw a revolution coming up in this country. Some will say a military coup, or some will say a revolution, because when it's done by the military, it's called a coup. But when it's done by the civilians, it's called a revolution. So the people are becoming more impatient about what is going on. So with an illegitimate government coming to, it's also a coup. A coup happened in Nigeria, when you through ballot papers and you try to siphon what is not yours. That is called a coup also. Like, I remember one the president of Liberia said, he said, when you go into power without the people putting you there, that is also a coup. Not just the military taking over, you say they are a coup. It's also a coup. It's a called democratic coup. So this, you always expect this in Nigeria to come.
Okay, let's look at Cameroon. I'm supposed to say the next port of call is Cameroon.
It's not. It's already at their doorstep. I think you saw what happened in France when Biya wanted to go and he was celebrating his 40th year anniversary in power. And what have you achieved? Nothing. You put the people of Cameroon into shambles. You brought division. You see, Cameroon, they are nice people who are supposed to, enjoy the dividend of what they have as their natural resources. But you see, because of one man hanging on to power, I blame the people of Cameroon for leaving a man like Biya for over 40 years.
It's over 90.
You see, what even before a lot of us were born, Biya has been in power. So how do you expect us to growing up to meet a particular man in the corridor of power for over the years? You see, it sounds nasty to me, because I don't know what the people of Cameroon are doing that they cannot take their civic rights to their hands and fight for what is theirs. Honestly, it's a welcome idea what they did to Biya. It's for Biya to know that the people are angry with him and they are not happy with what is going on in the country. How can you have a country that is going down, that the economy is actually battering every day and you left there to France, where they send you send your money to? You went there to, just to felicitate and leave the people in abject poverty. You see, that is the things you see to let you know that the current people we have in power are not people who are supposed to be in power. When you have people who are not actually thinking on that perspective of making the ordinary man better. I heard what they call it, Julius Malema saying this. He said, we will be Africans unless we start thinking of improving ourselves. That is why we Africans are suffering, because we don't think of improving ourselves. We think of that slavery mentality. We want to, we want to what they call it, please the Westerners so that we can be in power. That is rubbish. What we are seeing today, both in Nigeria and everywhere, all over Africa, is because of they want to please the Westerners. And that is why you see the people are becoming increasingly unbearable with the situation. And that is why you still get to see more is still to come in West Africa.
The elder son of Fela and Nicola Kokuti, that is Femi, he said he's sorry for Africa. It's a sorry story. It's a sorry for Nigeria, by extension Nigeria. What we are seeing today is a pitiable, dismal. What we are seeing in Africa is a ridiculous. For me, it's a spontaneous reaction.
People are saying that it might happen in Nigeria, that the military take over.
What you see is a story that is everywhere in Africa. The same government that they are not provide the people of democracy for the people. Look at what happened in Cameroon. Someone of 81 years old, you see the president suppressing the people, suppressing the will of the people, forgetting a government that is not according to the will of the people. It is a sad story. In Nigeria, you see a electoral system that is not working. Somebody who have no election that is not carried out by the rule and regulations of the Electoral Act. But today you see the umpire who's supposed to act as an umpire be acting like a politician. So what do you perceive in such system? You see the rule of law that is surpassed the will of the people. You see, when they say all eyes on judiciary, some people have those in government, those in charge of power, are not happy with the people. Is the judiciary not the last son of a common man?